Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all notifications so you never miss any breaking NFL news the second it drops. What we're about to discuss isn't just another rumor. It's a massive shakeup that could change the Kansas City Chiefs and the NFL landscape as we know it. Travis Kelce, arguably one of the most dominant tight ends in NFL history, may be at a crossroads in his career, and the latest news has fans across the country in shock. So buckle up, because this story is going to be huge. It all started with reports that surfaced earlier this week, suggesting that Kelce has received news that could potentially impact his future on the field. While the specifics haven't been officially confirmed by the Chiefs organization, multiple sources close to the team have indicated that the news is serious enough to make Kelce reevaluate the longevity of his playing career. For a player who has consistently redefined the tight end position, dominating week after week, this is no small development. Fans who have grown accustomed to seeing Kelce make impossible catches, turn short throws into massive gains, and consistently make game-changing plays are understandably worried. So what exactly is this news? While medical details remain private, insiders are hinting at the possibility of a lingering injury or a new condition that could affect Kelce's ability to perform at the elite level we've come to expect. It's a scenario that many players dread, a situation where continuing to play at the highest level might risk long-term health. And for a player of Kelce's caliber, who has already cemented his legacy with multiple All-Pro selections, Pro Bowls, and Super Bowl appearances, this could be a moment of reckoning. The timing of this news is particularly significant because the NFL offseason is already buzzing with trade rumors, free agency speculation, and strategic moves that could reshape the league. The Chiefs, fresh off another playoff run, are entering a critical period where every roster decision could have far-reaching consequences. Kelce's potential retirement, even if only temporary or conditional, would create a vacuum at one of the most pivotal positions in football. Think about it. The Chiefs' entire offensive strategy has often revolved around leveraging Kelce as a mismatch nightmare for defenses. Losing him, even for part of a season, would force the team to rethink not just plays, but how they approach the passing game entirely. Of course, Kelce hasn't publicly announced any intention to retire, and the player himself has remained remarkably tight-lipped. But speculation is mounting, and when you combine that with the voice of legendary quarterback Eli Manning, the conversation takes on a whole new level of intensity. Manning, known for his ability to read defenses and understand what makes elite tight ends special, recently weighed in on the situation during a segment on NFL Network. Manning didn't hold back, calling Kelce one of the most unstoppable forces in football today while also acknowledging the physical toll the game takes on a player's body. He hinted that players in Kelce's position often have to weigh the glory of continued play against their long-term health, and that decision is never easy. It's fascinating to hear someone of Manning's perspective because he's seen firsthand the effects of longevity in the NFL. He's watched careers cut short, witnessed players push through pain to chase championships, and understands the weight of making the decision to walk away. When he spoke about Kelce, Manning emphasized that the tight end isn't just a position, it's a role that demands exceptional physical resilience. The constant blocking, the abrupt cuts, the high-impact collisions, all while running routes and making catches in traffic, create a grind that is unmatched in the sport. To maintain that level for nearly a decade is nothing short of remarkable. And that's what makes this situation so compelling. Kelce has been a cornerstone of the Chiefs' success, redefining what it means to play tight end in the modern NFL. His chemistry with Patrick Mahomes is legendary, the kind of connection that every team dreams of but rarely sees. Mahomes trusts Kelce implicitly, and defenses are forced to dedicate multiple players to account for him on every single play. If Kelce were to step away, even temporarily, that dynamic changes instantly. It's not just about one player, it's about an entire offensive ecosystem that has been built around him. Now, let's consider the implications if Kelce were indeed contemplating retirement. First, from a team perspective, the Chiefs would need to look at replacements. While there are talented tight ends across the league, few, if any, combine the route running precision, blocking ability, and sheer playmaking talent that Kelce brings. The Chiefs might explore free agency or draft options, but the reality is that no one can replicate Kelce overnight. From a strategic standpoint, this could push the team toward a more diversified passing attack, or potentially lean more heavily on the running game to compensate. From a league-wide perspective, Kelce stepping away would send shockwaves. Every team that has struggled against the Chiefs' offense knows the terror of facing him, and suddenly, that matchup could look very different. Analysts across ESPN, NFL Network, and sports talk radio are already speculating about how defenses would adapt if Kelce were unavailable. It's not just about statistics, it's about momentum, confidence, and the mental edge that he provides week after week. Losing Kelce could fundamentally alter the balance of power in the AFC, giving other teams opportunities they might not have had otherwise. Meanwhile, social media has erupted with fans expressing disbelief, worry, and in some cases, outright panic. Hashtags related to Kelce's potential retirement are trending on Twitter, and fans are sharing highlight reels, game-winning catches, and memorable moments as a way to celebrate his career while also hoping the news isn't as severe as it sounds. The passion is palpable. You can feel the intensity, the love, and the anxiety that comes with the potential end of an era for one of the NFL's most iconic players. Kelce's legacy, though, is already secure. He's redefined the tight end position, proving that a player can dominate both in the air and in the red zone, consistently outperforming defenders who were specifically trained to stop him. His leadership extends beyond the field as well. He's a mentor to younger players, a trusted voice in the locker room, and a key figure in the Chiefs' team culture. Whatever decision he makes, the respect and admiration he has earned from teammates, coaches, and fans alike is undeniable. Eli Manning's comments add another layer to this story because they highlight an important reality. NFL careers are finite, and even the most talented athletes eventually have to confront the question of when to walk away. Manning's perspective isn't meant to speculate on Kelce's personal decision, but rather to frame it within the broader context of player health, legacy, and long-term life considerations. It's a reminder that behind the headlines, stats, and highlights, players are making deeply personal choices that impact not just their teams, but their families and futures. Of course, retirement isn't the only scenario here. Kelce could decide to take a temporary step back, focus on recovery, or adjust his training regimen to extend his career. The NFL is full of examples where players have faced setbacks, received sobering news, and then returned to dominate at a high level. But the uncertainty is what makes this situation so gripping. Every interview, every press conference, and every training update will now be scrutinized for clues about Kelce's next move. And let's not forget the human element. Fans idolize players like Kelce not just for their athleticism, but for their perseverance, charisma, and the way they elevate the game. Losing a player of his caliber, even for a short period, is an emotional blow. You can see it in fan reactions online, hear it in radio discussions, and feel it in the energy of stadiums whenever the Chiefs take the field. Kelce has become more than a player. He's a symbol of excellence, resilience, and the thrill of football at its finest. From a broader perspective, this news also raises questions about how teams manage superstar players, player health, and the delicate balance between winning now and protecting long-term potential. The Chiefs have always been innovative in how they handle talent, and how they respond to this situation could set a precedent for the league. Will they encourage Kelce to continue? Will they prioritize caution and preservation of his health? These are the tough questions teams face behind closed doors, and now everyone is watching. And as Eli Manning pointed out, it's never just about football, it's about making the right choice for life after the game, for family, and for legacy. And whether that chapter involves retirement, recovery, or continued dominance, fans will remember this moment as a turning point in the NFL story.